wonder. No wonder.
Echo.
Why are we hearing that? Testing 1 2, testing.
Echo.
Why are we hearing that? Okay, something's on here that we've got to turn off.
Yep.
Hang with us, guys.
1 2, testing.
We will be back shortly.
Okay, something's on here that we got to turn off.
Yep.
Hang with us, guys. 1 2, testing.
We will be back shortly. We will be back shortly. We're looping.
Well, let's see if that takes care of it. How about that, guys? Did that take care of it? Are you still hearing an echo? Yeah, you are.
David says good to go, no echo.
Oh, so you're not hearing it now? No echo, everybody?
Sounds good.
Okay, well, I am hearing an echo. Hang on, everybody. We're hearing it.
Only because you got your headphones on.
Even if I turned them off right now, OG, we would still hear it. I'll show you.
Even if I turned them off right now, OG, we would still hear it. I'll show you.
Hang with us, guys, while we work on this.
Even if I turned them off right now, OG, we would still hear it. I'll show you.
Hang with us, guys, while we work on this.
Even if I turned them off right now, OG, we would still hear it. I'll show you. Hang with us, guys, while we work on this.
That's why the music was sounding wacky.
Yeah, that's why the music was sounding the way it was. I'm trying to figure out what it is that is on that shouldn't be. As I look at this.
That's why the music was sounding wacky.
Yeah, that's why the music was sounding the way it was.
As I look at this.
That's why the music was sounding wacky.
Yeah, that's why the music was sounding the way it was.
You guys, I may have to drop the stream for a second, and then we'll bring it back up. Hang on. You guys, I may have to drop the stream for a second, and then we'll bring it back up. Hang on.
You didn't stop the stream, though.
No, I know I didn't. Okay, we're going to see if it's working now. How about it, guys? Is it working? No echo? No echo, guys? Can you hear me? Our screen is stuck. Okay, so you can hear me. Good. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties, everybody.
Kind of like one of our rides, always
Yeah.
an adventure.
Yeah, our rides are always an adventure. It's very seldom that we go on a ride that we're not U-turning somewhere. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. So, good evening, Texas bikers and bikers all across the nation and the world. This is Texas Biker Radio number 472. We're amazed. And we're amazed we're still on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff.
Feeling older every time.
Speak for yourself. Now let me see where to start. Hey, want everybody to know that we're working on all the information and the video and everything else that we're going to do for the October 3rd rally in Milam County.
Ride for Justice.
Ride for Justice, that's right. And so we'll be posting about that pretty soon. We're working to get it all done this week.
Maybe.
We're working to get it all done this week. So that's all I got to say about that. Just got to be effort. And plus that's right, I'm going to call some politicians on Thursday.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'm going to call LZ, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. He's our new congressman. We don't know what he's going to be yet, but what he better be is not selling us out.
He says he's a conservative Republican.
We'll see. It took Democrats to get him elected. That's what we're hearing. They switched sides because the other candidate was backed by Trump. So a bunch of Democrats thought, well, let's throw everything into turmoil, because that's what they're busy doing anyway. Right?
Well, you know, the latest theory is they now firmly believe they're going to lose the majority in 2022 unless they start doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So let's create more panic and pandemonium.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, we got a list of things to go through, and they're not in any certain order because that's the way we are. But OG, let's start out the breaking news now. The breaking news now is Biden calls on Cuomo to resign as the walls are caving in around him.
The rats are leaving the ship.
That's right, the killer and sexual predator that he is. And you know what he's saying, everybody? I'm not going anywhere.
And he might not.
He might not.
Who the hell's going to run him off?
I guess it'd have to be the Democrats that impeach him.
You know, that just goes with my big question I keep asking. You get court orders. You get all kinds of stuff that somebody's supposed to do. Who the hell's going to enforce it?
The thing about it is nobody's accountable, OG.
That's right.
Nobody. The only people they're trying to hold to account is us peons.
That's right. And anyone involved in January 6th.
Yeah. You know, and that's from the highest courts to the lowest courts, like Milam County. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. But the news also coming out of New York is they're going to do the city's going to issue the first vaccine mandate. They're going to mandate that, I guess, city workers and hospital workers and people like that get the vaccine regardless.
Oh, you missed the mayor.
Uh-oh.
The mayor has now said, I think this is taking effect about, I'm going to say mid-September.
Mm-hmm.
Could be mid-August, I'm not sure. Feel free to correct me out there, but the mayor has said, in order to go eat in a restaurant, you're going to have to show proof of vaccination.
Well, that's when I quit going out to the restaurants, right?
Well, you know, just saying, better get your travel papers ready
Yeah.
if that's the way you want to roll.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling that way.
I'll drive wherever I need to go. Or ride.
The theory is there's going to be, now, New York is supposed to be enforcing this.
Yeah.
They're going to have enforcers out there,
Enforcers.
their own version of gray shirts. And the theory is that there will be some restaurants that are going to say, fuck you.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people say F you.
You know, they're going to end up shutting down every restaurant in New York City.
Yeah, they are. They're going to run more people out of town. But you know what? We don't need them down here or anywhere else in the country that has everything open and going. We don't need them here and bringing their politics with them.
That's
if you're going to do
usually
that,
the problem.
don't come.
That's the problem.
Yes, it is.
They leave because they can't stand it anymore, but they don't understand they're the idiots that voted for it.
Yeah,
And they keep voting for the same shit when they come here.
they do. It's incredible. Oh, gee, wait. I got a kick this morning. The Pentagon, with all kinds of military people inside it, locked down because of a shooting on the metro outside.
Well, just show you what kind of pussies we have running the military anymore.
I guess maybe General Milley was involved in that decision. The woke bunch. What I'm saying, everybody, we know it wasn't the rank and file.
True.
Yeah. Not the rank and file. And you know what? In the coming weeks, we're going to have something to say about that and pass the word on to our soon-to-be fellow veterans. One thing is you don't attack American people, American citizens. You don't. Obey the Constitution. Do not follow unlawful orders. Just saying, everybody. And you know they're going to be forced to take that vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
They're come under the federal worker mandate.
Now, you know, you and I were talking earlier, and I believe herein lies the problem. We're not talking about something that has full FDA approval.
Uh-huh.
Nor do you see anybody mandating flu vaccinations which have full FDA approval. So how the hell can you mandate something that is just one hair beyond experimental?
Yeah.
It's incomprehensible. And, you know, I would say, it's everyone's personal decision, but I sure as hell would not make the decision based on you gotta.
Yeah.
You make that decision because it's what you want to do.
And right now, a good portion of the military has not taken the vaccine. And we'll see what happens here. Because I can see there will be religious objectors, and, hey, maybe they just, maybe there's an avenue for them if they do not want to take it.
Christian Science is probably about to have a blossoming membership.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I want to show you a video here. We'll have to turn our mics down whenever I do this. And let me see if I can find his ugly face. Oh, here it is. Let me bring it up to the queue. And the radio OG.
The bug-eyed moron.
Yeah, let's bring the turtle man over.
Cloture today and speed the process. This is an extremely important bipartisan bill. There's an excellent chance it will be a bipartisan success story for the country, and to try to truncate an amendment process on something of this magnitude, I think is a mistake. So if the majority leader files cloture today, I'll be encouraging my colleagues, including the negotiators, not to invoke cloture on Thursday. If you look at the calendar he's laid out, we know we're going to be here next week anyway. The reckless tax and spending resolution will be coming next. That does have an end time on it. It's not subject to filibuster. So my best advice to the majority leader would be to slow it.
Okay. He's one of the 17 that are doing a bipartisan negotiation on the infrastructure bill. And let me tell you, these 17 people are out of their damn minds. They're out of their damn minds if they think they can negotiate with these Democrats. Matter of fact is, they should not be negotiating with them. They should be causing as much hell, just as the Democrats would do when they're in the minority. And they need to raise as much hell as they can until 2022. There's no reason to negotiate with them. There's no reason to give them what they want. No reason. Now, these suckers are supposed to be going on vacation August 4th for their five weeks of fun. They're supposed to be coming home and talking to their constituents, maybe having a town hall, but let's see if any of them do. And those that do, especially these 17, and they're listed at TexasBikerRadio.org in the blog section. Go look at their names. And if they're one of yours, you need to get hold of them. And now, since they're not coming home, because Schumer thinks he can get this passed now, and the damage they're going to do with the reconciliation bill that will follow will include amnesty for all these millions of people that are walking across the border, will include the Green New Deal, and the list runs on and on, including the spending of trillions of dollars on everything but infrastructure. Very little of the money is being spent on infrastructure. And why this crazy son of a bitch, the Turtle Man, thinks that he's going to negotiate something good, he's out of his freaking mind.
I don't understand how the hell he gets reelected.
Well, he just got reelected, so he's got about 5.5 more years.
Yep. I think the moonshine in Kentucky has gone bad.
It is incredible what we're seeing. And like I said, if they're brave enough to hold a public meeting, now is your chance. Now is your chance. But don't wait for that. Call their asses, because they're going to stay there another week. Because Schumer thinks he can get this done. And it's bad for everybody. Anytime they say bipartisan, OG, that means the
We're
whole country
screwed.
is fixing to get a screw in.
We are screwed.
Yeah. That's what it means when they say bipartisan. It means these bunch of bullshitters have done stuff that's going to damage the country and benefit themselves. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. You need to call them now. Not only those 17 people, hell, call anybody and everybody. Call out the Army, the Navy, Marines. Oh, yeah, that won't do any good. They're all woke. I mean, we'll take that subject on one day, just talking about the military and veterans and everything else. All of us that have been identified as potential domestic terrorists. And OG, all of us are in some kind of database. We're all in some type of category.
I have no doubt.
We are. With all the algorithms and everything else that goes on, it's like I brought up. They're watching everything we're saying. They're using the algorithms to tell whether something's going to fly or not. But understand, this vaccine crap that almost nobody's dying from, because all they talk about is the cases, and well, we're going to get some more of that here in a minute. It's absolutely insane, everybody. You know, like I said, we got these 17 Republicans that are colluding with Democrats, Schumer and Democrats, and other socialist misfits. And you know what? AOC is driving the bus of lunatics. She is. It's incredible. As the craziest shit she says, she's the one that's driving the bus. Nancy Pelosi's scared as hell of her. That's the truth of it. And OG, that bill is 2,700 pages long.
And that's before they slip the other 5,000 pages in after it gets passed.
Exactly. And for you Democrats, that's 2,700 pages. Yeah. And you know what? This bill, OG, is not finished.
Oh, hell no.
It's not finished. And once again, we find them with a bill that they haven't read. And can't read because it's not finished. And that damn turtle man sits there and says he's got something good that he can back up. That those 17 morons,
they've all sold us out.
yeah. Listen to this, OG. Back in 1970, they gave themselves 5 weeks. 5 weeks of summer recess. You know, it's a nice gig, everybody, for a 3-day-a-week job. And they got plenty of perks for themselves and their staffs. It's insane. It's insane that we're letting them get away with it. And the Constitution tells us we've got the right to throw away a rogue government, a government that's turned bad.
Well, what's super interesting is, let's go back to January 6th. Let's dance on a little thin ice here.
Yeah.
We go back to January 6th, and it's my personal belief that what happened there, and some of it, as distasteful as some people might think it was our fricking constitutional right. We have a corrupt, bad government in place right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only things like January 6th that allow the people to voice and demonstrate their disdain for what in the hell's going on. Now, you've got this corrupt, crooked government in place that's calling what went on January 6th treasonous, insurrection. They're calling it everything they can to get your eye off the ball, that it's your constitutional right to do that.
Yeah.
So, all I'm saying here is I sure as hell wouldn't listen to what in the hell they're saying, because they can't even make a fricking case. The testimony that they had on TV the other day was so fricking pathetic. I mean, all the Democrats and progressives were in tears. The police were in tears. But yet you watch the videos, and you've got the Capitol Police inviting people in, giving directions to the restrooms. It's insane, absolutely insane. And all I'm going to say to everybody out there is, keep up the good work.
JJ, we're surprised we're still on YouTube, buddy. We said so much about this shit. I mean, it's enough to drive somebody insane. And yeah, we agree with you. A lot of this stuff is just about Trump haters. That's how the media is saying that Jake Elsie got elected, and we'll be talking to him about that and other things. Yeah, you're right.
Now, if you all need our, I started that wrong.
Okay.
If we disappear off of YouTube, we are posting our videos on Rumble.
Yes, we are.
We haven't gone live on Rumble yet, but we're talking about it. So, if you have a problem finding us, go to Rumble. And where else are you parking us?
Yeah. Rumble and MeWe.
Okay.
We're posting on MeWe now. Through MeWe now, that's Rumble that's posted there. Rumble has not shown any signs of canceling us, and also there's another one starts.
Well, there's a lot of conservatives, a lot of talk show conservatives that are going to Rumble. We kind of think that our viewing audience isn't quite big enough yet for YouTube to take real notice. I'm sure they're kind of watching us a little bit, but you've got some big rocks out there on the conservative talk shows that have tens of thousands of viewers and listeners, and those are the ones that YouTube are really giving a hard time to right now.
Yeah.
And they're all going to Rumble. And there's another one that's starting up. We were looking at it tonight. Can't see exactly how you can join it at this point, but there's a site called libertytree.com. And there are several people on there that are posting blogs, things like that. So at this point, you want to make sure that you're staying up on where everyone has their plan B.
Yeah. You know, and I think it's kind of interesting that, you know, I've quit listening to all the outrageous stuff about the tribunals and all this other kind of stuff. And, you know, they're just playing on people that are just wanting something to happen.
It was
wanting Donald Trump to come back now. And, you know, I mean, we're going to have to see what happens with Mike Lindell's symposium.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be as off the wall as those other characters that we were watching.
No.
You know, they were entertaining and a good laugh, but, you know, it got old pretty quick. What concerned me was some of the lunatics that listened to him, that were really buying into what in the hell they got to say.
Sending them money.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd like to have a lot of money to work with. Let me tell you, if we had a lot of money, we'd be hell on wheels. But, you know, it is what it is. We sponsor all this ourselves. And, you know, we don't ask you for any money. I think the only thing we've asked for here lately is, you know, a donation to help out with Milam County, because we have to buy newspaper ads for that. We don't have to, but we do. We do, so we can let them know, the judge, the courts, the sheriff's department, and the people of Milam County.
We like to run some pretty rude news pieces.
Rude news.
That's right. For those of you that were around during the Waco years, and some of those ads that we ran down in Waco, they were pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
We called them out. And that's the same thing we plan on doing in Milam County. The ads are not real inexpensive. And like Popeye said, that's the only time we ask for some help, because we're just not that big.
Yeah.
David has asked a question here, and I'd like to address it a little bit. Anyone heard anything about the UN troops in America? You know, I've heard statements about that for years now. People see UN vehicles being loaded on trains and transported across the country and on trucks. What's really happening here is most of that stuff's being manufactured in the United States, and in some instances is stored here until it's ready to be received at the other end.
That's their trucks and equipment.
Right.
Humvees,
trucks,
stuff like that.
all that crap. And, you know, people see them in storage yards, they see them transported, and it raises some eyebrows. Let me tell you, if there were any UN troops that started showing up in any of our neighborhoods, you'd know it, because you'd hear a hell of a lot of gunfire. You know, you're not going to have foreign troops coming on our soil doing any of that crap. So, you know, I would take a lot of that with a grain of salt. And I mean, even if you see a blue helmet occasionally, hell, they may have a few over here for training exercises at one of the military bases, but I cannot, in any good conscience, or can even conceive of any UN activity on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
Just ain't going to happen.
Yeah. And let me say this, Ken, you can donate on the front page of TexasBikerRadio.org. There's a donation button right there on the front of it. Yeah. We'd appreciate a donation, no matter how much you can afford. And so, anyway, let me say this, OG. I can't tell you how many times Rick Rose, that's my Green Beret buddy,
I remember
back
Rick.
in the Tea Party days, and I can't tell you how many times a wild goose chase that we went on looking for damn concentration camps that we were supposedly headed toward.
The FEMA camps.
The FEMA camps, all this other crap. And every time we went out, it was bullshit.
Yeah, there's supposed to be one in Carrollton. I'm still looking for it.
Yeah. Well, there was one here in Grand Prairie, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they sent it to us. You know, there's barbed wire on the fence. There's all this kind of crap. You know, it's a concentration camp. Everybody beware. We're headed toward there. That's where they're going to put us. And, oh, gee, I went over there and looked. It was Lockheed. Missile Division. Yeah, I can show it to you right now. I worked in that building next to them for years. Just saying, everybody. You got to be aware of what people are saying out there, especially if it sounds loony to you. Like, you know, the Frog Network that was doing the 12,000 mile an hour underwater trains.
Yeah.
Going back and forth across the oceans, on the ocean floor. I mean, you know, think about it. Think about it before you start spreading something that is just not true. But, man, what we're seeing now, though, everybody, is panic time. Panic time. They're wanting us in a panic. Did you see the pictures of the cars in Florida that are lined up to get a COVID test?
No.
Thousands of them. In a total panic, lining up.
And can you trust the test?
You can't trust the test. That's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing. And JJ, the BLM is a communist organization that's hell-bent on destroying the family and everything else, just destroying this country. That's what they are.
And
they've raked in millions of dollars. Millions.
There's been a lot of publicity lately about several segments of it where a tremendous amount of extortion has taken place. And they're looking for people that have absconded with millions of dollars.
Here's what I say, everybody. You look around out there, and who the hell is leading the charge? Who is leading the frickin' charge? You have all these people that spend all this time telling us what to do about this, what to do about that, and you know, everybody's wanting you to listen to them. But there's nobody out there. Let me tell you, if we don't get out there, all this shit is going to happen. If we don't rise up, they're going to have their way. Now, we have people out there that can draw big crowds. And you've heard me complain about, back when I was a Tea Party president, of what it would cost us to put on a rally. To get somebody that could raise a big crowd. You know, them son of a bitches should have been doing that shit for free. Maybe an airline ticket, but not $50,000. Not $40,000, not $20,000, not 10. I think the cheapest one we got with a big name, he was a judge on Fox News, showed up here in Fort Worth. 5 G's, everybody, that was a bargain. That was Judge Napolitano, who was in my RV. Yeah, I talked to him for a good while. Good guy. A great conservative. But you know what? He charged us $5,000 for that. I mean, we put on a big event over here with 17,000 people, And you know, we probably, our budget was probably about $40,000 of our hard-earned money to get somebody to come speak to us and be a patriot, somebody that could draw a crowd. Let me tell you, that's enough to piss you off. You know, you see Fox News, all they're doing is selling each other's books. The only one I listen to a little bit is Tucker Carlson. You know, but you find out that the Fox News wouldn't do ads for Mike Lindell's Cyber Symposium. So
Yeah.
he's pulled all his ads.
They refused. I know they were refusing to air the symposium.
Yeah.
So he was going to run a bunch of ads
Yes.
on Fox News, and Fox has refused the ads.
Yeah.
Wow.
Millions of dollars worth of ads that he was going to run.
Yeah. I'll tell you, for those of you who aren't truly aware of what that symposium is about, there's a lot of data being gathered right now relative to the audits on the general election vote. Data that was captured from the voting networks that supposedly didn't have access to the internet. And this symposium's going to go on for, 2-3 days. I think they're going to transmit from South Dakota, was the last we heard. But it's going to start August 10th. I would certainly dial into frankspeak.com, because that's where you'll be able to see what's going on. And I think it would be real interesting listening for a day or two to see what they've come up with and what everyone else is afraid of.
You know, Mike Lindell has offered a $5 million award to anybody who can disprove the evidence of election fraud he plans to reveal at the Cyber Symposium. And he claims it's irrefutable, everybody, and will lead to proving the election was stolen from Trump in November 2020. The Cyber Symposium will be live streamed on Lindell's social media platform, Frank Speech. So, you know, I don't know what's with Fox News. I don't know what's with them.
They run hot and cold, that's for sure.
They do. At times they say something may be good, and then other times they're just a piece of shit. But you know what? I don't have to be lectured. This is what I hate about Fox News. I don't have to be lectured by some crazy-ass Democrat. If
No.
they want to let speak over them and let them ramble on and on. I can't stand that, and I can't stand Mike Wallace. Till they get rid of him, I won't be back.
Now, Marie on Sundays is pretty good. If you're, when I watch the news on the weekend, I do stay the hell away from Fox, and I try to bring up Newsmax, but Newsmax is not real newsy on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's kind of off and on. OAN is generally pretty good,
Yeah.
but if I get really desperate on Sunday, I will look up Marie on Fox News. She in my mind, and from what I've heard, is a true patriot. She's a real conservative.
Yeah. Hey, we got all of a sudden, the other night I showed this guy, Michael Rappaport. He's an actor.
Yeah.
I'd even forgotten who he was. I had to go look him up. He's worth about $8 million. He's been in about 60 movies, and he's now realized that they told him he was a hero when he got the vaccine, and he says now I'm a zero because and they're calling me a super spreader. He told them he told basically the Democrats to fucking get it straight.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. They that's their justification for telling people that have been vaccinated for wearing a mask is now that you've been vaccinated, you can still get COVID or the variant and spread it.
Well,
that's why you got to wear a mask.
I had a video the other night where Dr. Jane Ruby, I think it was, said that the Delta variant is a hoax.
Oh, I believe it.
And let me tell you why we think that's right. Because if you remember back, there was a doctor that told us, well, the variants are nothing new. There's been 4,000 of them since it started. So variants are nothing new. And I do believe that people may be getting the COVID again. From what I understand, she said there's not even tests for it, or not many. Most places don't have it.
Yeah.
They can't test for it. So how they know? They don't know shit. That's what they don't know. But we're just saying, we're searching for the truth. Sorry, Facebook, YouTube. But look at this guy. This guy.
Yes, Andy, I am talking about Maria Bartholomew.
Yeah. Documentary director Ken Burns blasts Mark Zuckerberg as the enemy of the state. You know what? He's right. Democrats are beginning to see what's going on. And therefore we got to keep pushing. We got to keep pushing. Oh, man. Hey, look. Here's another one, OG. You guys, I got to show you this. Here. There were 5 migrants arrested 70 miles from the border after burglarizing a home in Uvalde, Texas, OG. These guys, in 70 miles away from the border in camouflage, hiding from the police, they broke into a house and they stole weapons. Yeah. So they arrested them for home burglary. Del Rio Sector Border Patrol agents arrested 5 near Uvalde, Texas, who wore camouflage gear, attempted to avoid apprehension, officials said.
I'll tell you, living anywhere near the border is a little dicey today.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But you know what? Maybe somebody needs to go down and help them. How about Abbott calling out the militia? If the DPS can't get it done, and all we see them doing is standing there watching them walk in. I don't know what happened to the surge, everybody. Don't know what happened. Has anybody seen any surge? I talked to Napa today. I said, what's going on, Napa? Nothing. I said, have you seen a surge? No. They're still finding bodies in the desert. Oh, yeah.
Now, I think an interesting standoff, along with the surge, was, remember that cattle rancher in southern Nevada when the BLM was trying to gather up his cattle? In fact, they were slaughtering some of them and trying to bury them, and all those patriots showed up and barricaded.
You're talking about the Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah.
I was trying to get that straight in my head for a minute, not the other BLM.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah.
I think that would be a magnificent standoff. I'd like to see Biden bring in his F-15s at that point.
Yeah.
And just see what the hell the federal government's prepared to do if enough patriots say, this is bullshit, you keep these sick MFers out of this country, If they want to come in, let them do it legally. But we got to get this pandemic under control, which I don't think the pandemic really exists the way it's being described to us by the liberals.
Exactly. I mean, we're in for, I guess it looks as if we're in for another round of coronavirus, but maybe not. What I see is panic. That's what I see. But we found out, listen here now, OG we were talking earlier, and OG brought up, hey, we don't know what's going on in Florida, why there would be spikes there. But there's spikes in cases, everybody, not spikes in death. So we don't know what's happening in Florida, but now we know what's happening in Texas. We're being invaded by people carrying the coronavirus. But here's one other thing. They're talking about Louisiana. You know what's been happening in Louisiana? You want to tell them, OG?
Yeah, they're taking them all over to Louisiana and cutting them loose.
They're flying them into Louisiana, dropping them off in Shreveport.
On the news tonight, I was reading where the hospitals are overrun in Louisiana, and the Louisiana governor is about to invoke the mask mandate again.
Yeah.
Now, all over the news is the two hotspot states in the country for COVID right now are Florida and Texas.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't take an idiot to figure out what is going on in Texas with the feds allowing all of these sick mothers across the border. I would be interested in finding out what's going on in Florida and why it's spiking there all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now, maybe, again, we've heard that the feds are shipping all of these migrants, illegal migrants, to red states.
Yes.
On purpose. A couple of reasons being, one, they're going to try and inflate the voter base because they want illegals to be able to vote. And two, if they can get enough sickness going, maybe they can kill enough of us off that they can finally outnumber us.
Yeah, yeah. It's incredible, everybody. When are you going to be ready to stand up? Any of you near here in Texas, y'all want to rally somewhere? Hell, we're always willing to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to say something. The least we can all do, and I've done it, is contact our politicians and raise hell with them and let them know what's coming their way in 2022. That's if they don't manage to get this infrastructure bill and this voting bill past the Senate, where we have 17 morons working with them. That's what's incredible. But, oh gee, we found out tonight that also in the news is Biden is talking about extending the eviction mandate.
Yeah, to the beginning of October.
Yeah.
But he also said he recognizes that he may have done this illegally.
Yeah.
And he made the statement openly that by the time this is litigated,
yeah,
the time will have gone by for the extension, and they won't get it stopped.
Yeah. Let me say this, everybody. There are people out there that own rent homes. They may own 2 or 3 of them, and those rent homes that are going to supplement their retirement.
Yep.
And so now for 16 months, they haven't been getting a payment from their renters. Maybe they have, but you know what? From what I understand, only a small percentage of the money that was that was put aside for people that were facing eviction, only a small portion of it was spent.
Well, on top of that, they're not even publicizing the amount of new jobs made available this last month.
Exactly.
Because it is astronomical.
Yes, it is.
There is absolutely, there's always an exception.
Every place I look, there is a help wanted sign.
There's always an exception where somebody can't work, but by and large, there is no frickin' excuse for not having a job.
Even large manufacturers.
Oh, I know. I get bugged daily. Bell Helicopter wants me. Lockheed wants me. You know.
They quit calling me.
The city of Fort Worth wants me. I get scads of emails daily with open positions, decent salaries.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? Up here, just up from my house, like the Steak and Shake and Williams Chicken is opening. I hope they can hire somebody to work there. And businesses are opening back up in Texas. We're not going to close back down. We're not going to close back down. And you know what? Neither of these morons. That is a crowd.
Whoa.
That is a crowd for Lapalooza in Chicago. And you see the blue dots in there. Those are the ones that may be wearing a mask. But then maybe it's just a blue shirt. I don't know. I couldn't zoom in far enough to tell what it was. But let me show you this, guys. Let me show you this. These are not worth a damn. They're not worth a damn, everybody.
I got a nose that'll prove it.
Yeah. OG was painting with one the other day, and all the paint particles went straight through it. You think that's good enough to stop a microbe? Yeah, Appaloosa, however you say it. So, absolutely incredible, everybody.
I'd hate to see a stampede started there. Wow.
God. Say, Representative DUI, driving under the influence, Dan Huberty, asked donors to help pay for his legislative staff. That's he's in the state legislature. And so Abbott has cut off the money for the staff for the state legislators since they're not they're not working.
Why the hell didn't they arrest that idiot that came back?
Because he's back. He's in the legislature.
But I mean, he came back and he left.
I don't know. All I know is...
Once again, Abbott keeps his word, right?
Exactly. It's a bunch of bullshit. And we're going to get with his opponents, and we're going to say to him, hey, look, this guy is not doing what he said he's going to do. He said he was going to surge that border with law enforcement, and there are 2,500 law enforcement entities in this state. Hey, get one from each one and surge the son of a bitch. Pick out some places and go there and do a hit here, there, so they don't know where you're coming. Hell, put me in charge of it. Hell, I'll go down there and call her some shit. That's what I'm saying. Brain damage, you're right. He's barking, no bite. All bark, no bite. Yeah. So Dan Huberty wants his donors to pay for his staff. That's bullshit. You know what, OG? That comes with the territory.
Yep.
Anytime you're a politician, You have people that are in charge above you that, guess what, they can cut your money off. You're not doing the right thing. And that's what should be happening at the federal level. We should be cutting their money off. Maybe we shouldn't be paying our taxes or something. Of course, a poor manufacturing worker gets it stolen out of his check before he ever has a chance. Just saying.
Yep.
All right, let's have some fun, OG. The Bro Olympics. That's what I call it. The Bro Olympics. You guys ready? At the Bro Olympics, the ratings continue to crash for Japan as transgenders compete in women's events and protests continue, like Raven Saunders, a shot putter, but who, as far as we're concerned, she can put her shot somewhere else. Use your imagination. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. Oh, wait a minute. Where's that shot putter? Where's that shot putter? Oh, wait a minute. Here comes the shot putter. Everybody. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the shot putter. I may not have the shot putter. I do not.
I don't see the shot putter up there.
I don't have the shot putter. What I do have is Gwen Berry. Gwen Berry. Here she is. She's styling. She's got something on her head. I don't know what that is. Now, Gwen Berry fails to meet medal in the hammer throw, and she's a hammer thrower.
It's a do-rag.
Duck, everybody.
Yeah.
It's a sweet victory for those of us who stand proudly for the anthem, but it gets better. As you know by now, the U.S. women's soccer team, guess what? They're not going to get the gold.
Got their ass kicked.
Not going to get the gold. The Canadian team, with their transgender player. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, yeah. The Canadian soccer player Quinn is a transgender. She's a female. But wait a minute, OG. She says she's a male. And I guess she's taking male hormones. What does that do? Does that skew? Does it give her an advantage taking male hormones?
It does. It absolutely does. That's like damn near like taking steroids.
Yeah.
It allows her to build muscle mass.
Yeah.
That she normally, by nature, can't do.
That's incredible, everybody. That's incredible. But wait, just when you thought, it couldn't get any worse, here we go. The New Zealand transsexual weightlifter Laurel Hubbard failed to record a single successful lift in the women's 87-kilogram weightlifting at the Tokyo Olympics on Monday morning, crashing out of the competition in the process. Well, let me tell you.
That's somewhere around 200 pounds.
That's
right?
a looker, right?
Yeah.
So, we got a transgender male competing in the women's weightlifting.
And the women whipped his ass.
No, you know what? I think I watched some guys that were rowing the other morning, and the only reason it caught my eye is walking through the living room, and they were like the Viking rowers, you know, the hand is I can't explain it. It was stupid. But I think we crashed out in that too. I
don't
think
know.
we've had our
Yeah.
our basketball team is not worth a shit.
Well, they've probably gone Metro.
They all woke.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
My wife told me she won't watch it anymore, any of it.
yeah.
She said, I have never heard more whining and bitching going on amongst athletes
Yes,
as I have at this Olympics.
That's
Because
exactly
they're all
right.
frickin' snowflakes and trannies.
yeah.
That's all they are.
It's it's crazy, and Japan is just losing their ass.
Oh, I can
They-
imagine.
They're losing their ass. There's no even that pink-headed American soccer player. She said it just wasn't right. There's nobody in the stands. There's a 50,000 seat stadium, and there's nobody.
Empty.
There's nobody
Yeah.
there. So I do have a feeling they should have postponed that a year, so it throws it out of whack. Who gives a damn?
Or
And
had
right
it,
now,
or had it somewhere where, like Texas,
yeah, come on here. We're
Yeah.
open.
would have been a little hot, but
Yeah.
nobody would have had to wear a mask,
That's
and we
right.
could have filled the stadium.
Exactly. Yeah, Japan needed to show some balls. Is what they needed to do. And there is something to be said for herd immunity to get it over with.
Yep.
To get it over with, and not through. I don't know. There isn't anybody I know that has had a problem with the shot. You haven't grown a third eye yet.
No, and I don't have a tail.
Yeah. So you're doing good.
Yeah.
OG had shot, both of them. So we'll keep an eye on him. I had one before I stopped. But I already had the virus, so I should be good to go according to some stats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depending on where you look, because it's confusing, everybody. It's confusing as hell. That's right, brain damage. Those snowflakes would melt fast in Texas. Arizona, too. New Mexico, too. Just saying, everybody. So, God dang, OG. We got a screwed up mess out there. We've got a screwed up mess. Not only do we have problems with the courts at the federal level, courts at the state level, courts in
At
in
a
the
county
city
level.
Yeah. It's so messed up. And our politicians have so messed things up. And for them to think, every time Republicans reach across the aisle to try and get along with Democrats, they reach out there and they pull back a nub. And the Democrats, even when they lose, they don't act like they lost. Now, I left that party decades ago because I figured out what was going on, that there were a bunch of lying son of a bitches. And of course now I don't affiliate with any party. I'm a constitutionalist.
As we all are.
That's right. We're working to try and save this Constitution, but you know what? We're not going to do it without your help. And these Republicans are not going to do it unless we push them there. They will sell us out because they've got a great thing going in Washington, D.C. Like I said, a 3-day work week, all kinds of benefits for them and their staffs, free educations, great insurance, They're taking care of themselves while they're busy just screwing the hell out of us and our children. We'll think of something to do here pretty quick, even if it's wrong.
They're lined up at the trough,
That's right.
feeding
They
off
are
of
lined
us.
up at the trough. I hate to insult hogs.
Actually, you may not be able to get bacon in California here pretty
Oh,
soon.
that's right, everybody. Yeah.
The I don't know what the hell you call them, animals rights group, I
Yeah.
guess, got some legislation passed where in order to breed chickens and any kind of an animal now, they have to have a certain square footage allowed.
I guess it's like free range.
Yeah,
hogs and
yeah,
chickens.
something. But according to the hog growers, it's going to cost them at least 15% more to do this.
They've got hamburger places in California that one of their main features is the bacon in the meat or the bacon on the burger.
Well, bacon's in real trouble in California.
Bacon's in the grocery stores too, I imagine.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, I do like bacon.
Now the problem is that California grows a lot of hogs. So that price could affect us across the country. Hopefully we got a lot of hog farms here in Texas because we do love our bacon.
Well, if we don't, there's a lot of them roaming wild.
We may have to contact your grandson and go visit him.
I'll have to find the picture of a hog they bagged. 500 pounds. 500 pounds. And it's and they can chew up a lot of territory.
Yep.
They can attack a golf course in a minute. Including farmers' crops. Yeah. With that, everybody, you got anything you want to close with?
No, I think we did it all tonight.
We just about covered it all and had some fun at the same time with the Blow Olympics. I feel sorry for Japan to put all that money and all that effort into that. And the city, you know, it does look beautiful. It does look beautiful, except for the people that are there. The people that are there competing. Most of them are brats. Most of them are prima donnas. They're searching for their 15 minutes of fame. Maybe some of them in some foreign countries it means something to them. But I do believe in America, our athletes have lost their way, including the big league sports here at home. Baseball, NFL, NBA, you know, the list, Dallas soccer, the whole list of them. I guess you'd say
They're all snowflakes and woke.
they're woke and they're backing up socialist government and organizations that want to harm this country. And I will not participate. I will not watch their programs. I will not go to their games. There are other things to do. We have fun with our brothers on our motorcycles. There are other things to do. You don't have to watch that shit. And you know, yeah, Bill Gates is buying up farmland like crazy. Like crazy.
He wants to turn us all into vegetarians.
Yeah. Anything Bill Gates has anything to do with, we should run like hell and not support any of it. You know, I cancel all my Microsoft Office stuff. I cancel it. I don't use it anymore.
Good.
I got stuff on this computer I can use just as well. You know, and we can all do that. We can all send a message by not participating, by not buying their shit. And in the case of Facebook, when their ads pop up, and you know, OG, that's what's good about MeWe. You don't get that stuff. You don't get those ads popping up with cheap Chinese shit. Because I tell you, when I did order a few things from them, it was not as advertised.
Well, let me tell you two things that happened to me quickly that just raised the hair on the back of my neck. First thing I did was I needed to get some more gutter guard for leaves.
Yeah.
So I went online to the Lowe's website, ordered 2 pieces. Stuff's pretty cheap, only a couple bucks for a 3-foot section. I got 2 sections. I go on Facebook, and all of a sudden, all that's popping up are ads for gutter guards. Now, tonight, I've got some Maui Jim sunglasses, and the nose guard wore off. And they've been sending me free nose guards for years. I mean, these sunglasses last forever. She told me, she said, oh yeah, I see where you called in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. So, they're in the mail and on the way, free of charge. I had occasion to go back into Facebook tonight, just before I came over here. First thing that pops up in my news feed is a Maui Jim sunglass commercial. Now, somebody somewhere knows when I go to a website and I buy something, and if I I just made a frickin' phone call.
Yeah.
Of course, now wait a minute, I did have to bring up the Maui Jim website to get their phone number.
Yeah.
So maybe that was that.
They plugged you right there.
Yep.
They're tracking everything we're doing, everybody. If you don't want them to hear something, you need to get away from all the electronics. All of it. Not even have it near you. And then they might be looking at you via satellite.
Yeah.
Just saying, everybody. Good Lord. Good Lord. Hey, everybody, we're probably going to be on more. We'll be on 2 or 3, 4 times a week. Anytime we see something happen that we think you need to know. Breaking news. And so, yeah, we'll be doing it as long as we can. Like OG said, if we disappear, we're on Rumble. Not hard to find. TBR News.
And if we get kicked off YouTube, we will go live on Rumble.
Yes, we will. Yeah. It'll cost us money, but...
Well, you know what that does to me. We'll then damn sure be asking for donations.
Yeah. But, yeah. Hey, you guys, have a great week. It's just now getting started. It's a little bit cooler here in Texas. We're down in the low 90s now.
Yeah, we're down 5 or 8
Yeah,
degrees.
we had a big rainstorm the other night.
We needed that.
Hey, it hit the neighbor's tree across the street. And the other neighbor, their doorbell, got a picture of it. As the lightning was going down the trunk of the tree. I'll have to see if I can get that and show it to you guys next time. Kind of interesting. But it was loud, boy, it was loud. With that, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you probably sooner rather than later as the way things happen. Spread the word about Mike Lindell's symposium, August 10th, 11th, 12th. It's a 3-day symposium. If you can prove him wrong, you can collect $5 million. Make sure to help spread the word and help spread the word about our program. We've been around for a long time. We've been around now for about 7 years doing this. And, and I apologize for my voice. For those of you that don't know, the new folks, I had cancer. They had to cut a chunk of my tongue out, and it changed the way I talk forever. But I got OG here to jump in and straighten me out. He comes from the boardroom, I come from the assembly line. But we both started out in the same place.
Up in an attic.
That's right. Have a great evening, everybody.
Be safe.
Be safe, ride safe, hydrate. Bye-bye. Well, I hate that some of it started out.